Hey guys, what's going on? This is Scott here at the First Channel. Just here again today with another pickup. This has been a long-awaited pickup for a while. I don't even know if you'd call this a long game on this. This is just one of those pickups where it's like, finally they decided to finally make this figure. So, it was the only one in the store, obviously. Hopefully it won't be like the last incident where I picked up two of them because I was like, oh man, this is probably we're not gonna see these in the stores. And then all of a sudden I go into Walmart's and there'd be about 8 of them. So I don't think this one's gonna go exactly like that, but it is McFarlane's Superman. This is classic Superman. This is the Superman that I remember growing up. This is the one that like, why did it take so long to do this? I mean, this is, when I think of Superman, this is Superman. The face, everything. This was what I remember seeing in coloring books, comic books, the cartoon, pretty much everything in the probably all through the 80s. Up until, I guess, around the George and Breeding's time, whenever they were doing the Death of Superman and all that, there was a little bit of a change in his look. But man, when I seen it, I was like, man, that looks really good. So it is McFarlane, and I can't remember when I started picking up McFarlane Superman figures. But every Superman figure that's come out, I'm just like, and I've pretty much picked them all up, I think. I don't know if I have all of them. Some of my McFarlane stuff I've sold, but we're going to get this one out of the box here. I am prepared today. I got my knife already with me. This isn't my usual knife. This is a kitchen knife. So hopefully it will be sharp enough, and it is. The only thing we'll probably have a problem with this knife is twist ties. You know how that is, especially with McFarlane, which it's not really hit and miss, but I will say the hit and miss is it's either got a few or it's got a ton. All right, bad boy, open right up. The usual McFarlane business on these newer figures with the what do they call it, McFarlane Digital, which I don't know, and I don't get that at all. Todd, to me, he's kind of a thinker outside the box a little bit, I guess. It's for somebody, I guess, not me. I don't get it. I have yet to do a digital figure. Which, I don't know, if I was doing digital, I would just copy a photo online, maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at the digital side of things. If you have, just, I guess, let me know below. What is it? Is it like a 3D picture that you can, manipulate on the screen to, I don't know. If you have, just let me know. This one's a little disappointing on the goodies in this one. Not much in there. Hate to get rid of that box, but I have no room. No stand. There's no stand in here, so that's kind of disappointing. You do get your usual McFarlane card. Then they got this digital card. Like I said, I haven't done anything with that. And then the McFarlane stand, which it's doing is really big on the digital thing. So like I said, I don't know nothing about it. So not a whole lot of goodies in there. No flight stand. What the heck, man? 24 something, and after taxes 26 something. So a little cheaper than Marvel Legends, I guess, or maybe about the same price after tax, I guess. I haven't bought a Marvel Legend in a store in a minute at regular price, I guess. Maybe I have, I just don't remember. And we do have the twist ties, the the thingies, whatever you want to call them. There are plenty in here. But this knife is working, so we don't have to go run around looking for my regular knife, which I'm pretty sure I left it in my truck, because I always keep a knife with me at work, because I randomly need one. So I do drive trucks for a living, or a truck. So I move freight. A lot of times you need a knife, so I carry a knife to work every day. Not for a weapon of any sort or anything like that. He did slide right out of there with ease. And we got a cloth good cape. I really like it. I really like the cape. So let's take a look at him. That head is nice and tight, double jointed, and very, very stiff knee. Ankle is looking a little better. Pretty much the norm of your I can't think, so I'm not gonna say. Joints, articulation. I guess Todd is going to leave this license and never get away from pins. It's amazing, just amazing. But I will say he has kept his prices pretty norm. I mean, everything did go up, but not as bad as like Marvel Legends. Because you got to figure, let's see here, who do we have close by? Like a Marvel Legends. I mean, that's a little bit more plastic, maybe. Is plastic that expensive? Maybe. I don't know. I don't make toys, so good price point on it, I guess. Still, we'll see. We could be seeing some serious increases, which is silly Billy. Like Big Bad Toy Store, which is funny. Some of these sites, I don't ever buy anything from Entertainment Earth. I have a few times, but I typically always use Big Bad Toy Store, or I use Nerdzoic, not as much as I used to. The reason I think is Big Bad Toy Store's website is, I don't know, it seems more friendly to me. I haven't been on Nerdzoic to really buy anything for a while. I just know that with their pile of loot system and stuff, it makes it really nice for shipping, you know, if you're patient. So like what I'll do is pre-order. So I pretty much have everything set up, just go to the pile of loot. I'm sure y'all do the same thing. But when something comes available that I see, I'll buy it and still send it to the pile of loot, even though it can ship immediately. And I'll pretty much try to get as much in there as I can. I think this last shipment, I was going to show that cape. I love the S on the cape. That's some good stuff. Hoping that holds up. It's not like I play with these things. They just sit on the shelf. But I got a little sidetrack there. But like this last Big Bad Toy Store order I had come in, I'd been sitting on it for, I don't know how long. It's been a couple of months of just building up, and it makes it feel like I'm not spending as much money. So I probably had, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 figures that came in. So, and shipping cost was $4 for the whole thing with a really big box. I don't know if they lost money on that or how that works, but I forgot what my point was. Oh, the tariff thing. It's kind of funny how they've already started adding tariff. Did this a while back, already started putting like tariff prices on stuff. And it's like, this stuff is already available. And just like some, what wave was it? Yeah, the X-Men wave. I got this one all in. It was listed for the whatever it is, and then they added $2. It's like, how are you going to do that whenever the tariffs hadn't really kicked in yet? Or you just trying to make more money to make up for what you might lose? I don't know. It seemed a little sketchy to me. So I'm still dealing with Big Bad Toy Store. They've done me pretty good. Nerdzoic, I think I had like one issue with him, not personally, but his company, and they fixed it immediately. It wasn't a big deal. It was just the wrong figure came in. He's like, just keep it, and I'll send you the correct one. Really nice guy. I actually talked to him on the phone. That whenever I called, he happened to be answering. I think now he's got employees, which the way he's talking, he might be losing an employee if this tariff thing really kicks their butt. Which to me, that does suck for someone who's kind of dependent on these sales. But I was even talking to one of my friends. He's a toy collector. He's more of a older school toy collector, I guess, with not new stuff. So I was telling him, I was like, this is probably it. If this stuff gets up to $30 a pop, I'm gonna have to be out, dude. I like buying Marvel Legends. Don't get me wrong. There are some quirky things, but that they have a really good line of stuff, figures, plethora. So it'll be unfortunate, but I think I'm kind of at the point now to where Marvel Legend wise, I'm sitting pretty good. I don't really want anything or need anything. Like Marvel wise, just trying to think. I don't think anything that's coming out that I really need or want. I kind of have it. So unless it's like really, really, really cool, like I was sitting there talking to him, I was like trying to think. I was like, what do I need? Or I don't need any of this stuff. But I don't want anything else. I'm pretty good now, especially after this last order I got in. I'm kind of like, I'm good. I don't have the shelf space. Anyways, as you can see, we've got this space here. This is just one of the little walls, which I'm wanting to redo all this stuff because it looks too cluttery and they're just kind of compact. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but we got way off track on the figure. But yes, Marvel Legend wise, I'm good. DC Multiverse, I'm very selective. I used to pick up a lot of stuff from McFarlane, and now I've sold a lot of that stuff, and I'm just kind of like, I'm very selective. This one, I told myself, if I see this in the store, I'm picking it up. I don't care, because Mayfex wise, I don't know when that stuff's going to happen. I've got some stuff on back order on that's been on back order for 4 months. Maybe December, January, February, March, April, May. Oh shoot, it's been on back order, on pre-order for probably close to 7 months. I wouldn't be surprised. And there's some other stuff that I don't know. I don't even know what the price is going to be on that stuff. So hopefully by the time it does come out, these tariff things that's going on, we'll made a deal and we'll move on past this. Or from what I've understood, like with wrestling figures, they're coming out of Vietnam. So that could be a big move for other companies to go to these other countries that can work a deal out with us. But, only time will tell. I don't know. I'm just saying what I'm thinking. So, speaking of wrestling figures, that's where I usually get my wrestling figures, is Ringside Collectibles. They've been pretty good. The only thing about them is their website's a little clunky, as in maybe I'm new to using it and I'm used to Big Bad Toy Store, but they don't have like a pile of loot system, I don't think. And whenever you add stuff to your cart and you go back, you log out and you log back in, none of the stuff's in your cart. With like Big Bad, it's in your cart. I think Nerdzoic's cart works the same way. Like once you put it in the cart, it'll hang out in the cart. even when you log out. I could be wrong on that, but that's something that kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. Not that I really need to be putting anything in my cart on Ringside either, because I've got an order from them coming in, and I think I'm probably going to have to be done for a while on picking up anything until I will say that Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 40, was that 41 or 42, the one with the dog and the flag? Well, that wasn't the recent WrestleMania, was what that dog thing was from. I forgot which one it was from. Like I said before, I'm a little out of the loop on wrestling. I'm just in the loop here, and since Raw went to Netflix, so it's been very recent. So anytime I'm talking about new wrestling stuff, if I misspeak, it's because I'm really new, and all the guys that are in there now are pretty much new to me, but I'm getting to where I kind of know them. I kind of know their intros when I hear it, and so I had a pretty good time with it. This latest WrestleMania was pretty good. Well, that's a story for another time. Once we open up some wrestling figures, we might talk about WrestleMania, or I'll just spit out some stuff about WrestleMania. So anyways, now that we've talked about nothing about the figure, we'll look at the Superman figure. Okay, so looks really good. I will say I'm not super, I don't know how I feel. It just looks so just kind of painted onto the chest, I guess. Todd used to do, it had texture to it. This doesn't have any texture, which I wasn't a big fan of the real pronounced textured Superman emblem, or the Hope emblem. This one though, it's I can dig it. Can you dig it, sucker? Yes, and it is a wired cape. So if you are a McFarlane picker-upper and you're a Superman guy like myself, you got to pick this one up. It's for the price and what you're getting. I mean, the pins and stuff, it's a little throws you off a little bit when you look at it. But man, $24 compared to a Mafex $100. You got to be a little bit forgiving with what they're doing. So of course, Mafex is I buy Mafex every now and then, so I'm not saying anything bad about them, but price point wise, this is a definite pickup here. I think I did have that other Superman. We'll sit this guy here. He did come with some flight hands too. We'll see if we'll pop them out. He didn't come with much. Daggone flight stand would have been nice. Ooh, they got some tape on this one. Yeah, so got flight hands, but no flight stand. It doesn't make sense. But, you know, sometimes McFarlane's figures don't make sense. So, don't get me wrong, I love McFarlane. I've loved his comics. I've said this before. But some of the stuff his company does, I don't think he's personally, I mean, he might be a little bit, but I've got to reach over here. A little quiet time there. I'm going to sit him right here. And we're going to pop him up. Gotta get a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee in the big time. I actually had to make a cup of coffee by myself this morning. My wife is out of town. The kids are at their nana's. So I'm like, it's really weird around here right now. So, all right, this last Superman re-release we had, I'm about to pop him out of this little business here, was just a re-release with a little bit of darker blue, the painted on shiny emblem, and the cloth cape with that S that I wasn't real big on. So let's see if we can stand him up here. Yeah, you look at those ankles on like this one. I think this guy right here is going to get replaced. Okay, so yeah, like I've talked about in other videos, like you look at the ankle, and if we can get that one in there, just getting a little bit better. You know what I mean? That's what I mean when I've said those ball ankles. And anyone that buys McFarlane knows the ball ankle thing. So this older release, the feet are a little smaller, so he doesn't stand as well. This, I still have the first. This was one of the Supermans that he first released with what had the hard cape, which he's up on a shelf. I don't speak English, and he had the chest piece that was textured. It was part of the mold, I guess you would say. Which when it came out, I was like, that's a really good Superman, but it's not like classic Superman. So height wise, just standing them next to each other, this new one looks just a little bit bigger. So good looking figure though. Man, I'm so glad they finally did this. But yeah, this guy's gonna be retired, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. He might go up on my shelf of Batmans and Supermans that's up there. So other than that, that is the McFarlane Superman I call classic release. Super awesome, definite pickup. We might try to bust out some more of these figures at some point. Like I said, I just had a big box of them come in, and I'm just like, I was thinking last night when I got home from work, I was like, maybe I should open these tonight. And I was like, maybe I'll video it and put it on YouTube. So I don't know. We'll see. But you guys have a good one. Later.